Today hasn't really gone to plan. I got up at 4:30. I've injured my right arm, so I didn't go to the gym. I think I pulled a muscle in it. Not doing that. I'm left-handed, just in case you were wondering. Up at 4:30. Since I was up bright and early, I thought I'd check the sunrise out, which was beautiful. And then I thought that I would go for a little walk down by the river, make a little video. Yeah, got up early, the sunrise was nice. Then I checked my emails and had just got pretty annoyed pretty quickly with all that stuff to do with OPODO. If you see my other video, you'll see what I mean. Then as I was walking into town a little bit, following the overpass, because if you follow that all the way down, the river's at the end. Walking down there, I've got my headphones on, walking under the underpass, and some bloke walked out in front of me and he's pointing at me. So I just looked behind me to see if he was pointing at someone else. And he's pointing at me and he was sort of wobbling and looked like he'd had something, at least beer or at least alcohol. And he started saying something as I was walking by, and the great thing about, I don't know about all of Asia, but the great thing about Bangkok is this, right? Thumbs on your chin and you bow, right? From what I've gathered, it's how you can say hello, how you can say goodbye, how you can say thank you, how you just show respect to someone. But what I love about it is it's also like a genuinely really polite way of letting somebody know, I don't want to interact with you, but in a very respectful way. You can just literally walk past them and do that, and it's like, I am giving you respect. Now, get out of my face. Put my hands together and I went like that, and as I went to walk past him, he poked me. I thought he stabbed me. He poked me right in the stomach. And sort of gave me a bit of winded me a little bit. And it was so sharp. I thought he stabbed me. So I lifted up my shirt to have a look. And there was nothing there. And then he started going like that. And I just said, what the f*** are you doing, mate? And he was just like, money, give me money. I don't think so, mate. That is not how you ask someone for money. Anyway, that was a few hours ago. So then I got to the river, found that there's no path to have a walk along the river. Why would there be? It's a massive city. Any amount of land or property that's right by the water's edge, it's going to be owned by someone, and it's mainly owned for that particular part of the river anyway, mainly owned by shops and businesses and hotels and whatever. But I had a nice look at the river, and I also saw a place called the Saythorn Pier, which is where they do the hop on, hop off boat trips. So I might have a look at doing that maybe tomorrow. But after the OPODO thing, the guy poking me in the stomach, not finding the path, and quite a painful arm. I was a bit annoyed with all of it. So I came back here, smoked way too many cigarettes, drank 2 cans of beer, had a bit of a word with myself, and decided that since it's actually still only 11:10 in the morning, maybe I should sober up. I'm not really drunk, but I'm a lightweight. I'm tipsy as. I should get out there and try and make the most of what's left of the day, After I've drank this and one more cup of coffee. and then we'll get out for a little walk, boy. I fell asleep, mate. It's 3:30. Finally made it out. I'm absolutely sweating my off. I've been trying my best to get that OPODO thing out of my head. I can't do it, mate. It's done my head in. I know it's only 300 quid, right? But 300 quid. But here, in Asia, in Thailand, 300 quid. Yeah, get you a lot of money, mate. That's like, what's that? 10? That's 10 massages with happy endings, right? That's 5 weeks worth of, like 4 or 5 weeks worth of supermarket food. That's a flight and accommodation for a couple of weeks in a different part of Thailand. Yeah, and it's put a pretty reasonable dent in the things that I can do now. I've still got enough money for food. I've still got enough money to go to the other places that I wanted to go to. I just can't have, I was planning on having living quite modestly, like 5 days a week, and then at the weekends maybe doing an excursion or something like that, but that can't happen now. I went for a walk somewhere what I've never been before, and I think I'm close to the park because all the buildings are the same. That building over there is like directly next to my accommodation, so I'll just keep walking around, mate. I sort of feel like I ruined today a little bit, by falling asleep, but today's just a write-off. Yeah, it's just a write-off. I've had a bit of a walk. I'll go to the shop, I'll get myself some grub, chill in my room for a bit with the aircon on. At least I saw a nice sunrise this morning. I've still got somewhere to sleep. I've got food in my belly, or I will have. I'm not so skint, I'm not going to be able to feed myself, so count your blessings and all that. There's something a little bit suspicious going on with my phone as well. I keep going onto my phone and there's web pages open that I haven't gone onto. My data's off and my Wi-Fi's off, and I'm nowhere near my accommodation, yet I still have Google Maps and it's live, and I keep pressing to refresh it and it refreshes. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about, but I wouldn't say that it's particularly normal. Mate, the roads around here are mental. This is just like an alleyway. If they can get through here, they'll get through it. They'll get a tuk-tuk down here. What is that? Another thing about the OPODO thing that really upsets me is I'm confident that an average person would be able to figure out how to do it, or figure it out, or I'm no good with anything like that. Anything that requires a lot of reading or computer work or writing. Yeah, it's infuriating. Even with apps, mate. I get really frustrated, and I get frustrated with myself. I get so frustrated. When you try and do something online and you can't do it, or for me anyway. I know, like I say, it's the average person that can do it, and I can't do it. Yeah, so I ring up their customer service or their customer helpline or whatever, and they always say the same thing. Like, have you been online? It's really easy. Yeah. No, yeah, I've been online, mate. I didn't find it really easy. Oh, it's so simple. You ever notice, like, when they say, have you been online or have you downloaded the app, that it's just a really polite way of them saying, f*** off. Well, why would I go on the app? I'm on the phone to you. Out of the two of us in this conversation, only one of us is at work at the minute, and it ain't me. So you do it. You telling me that it's easy just makes me feel like an even bigger plonker than I already do, you know? Building buildings out of timber and bedding bricks onto cement to make houses and putting fences up and building sheds and laying concrete slabs, they're easy. But you pay knobheads like me to do it. I'll do my job, you do yours, please. It's probably a bit harsh. I just sometimes think that I was born in like the wrong time. You know, all this apps and download this and subscribe to this, and yeah, I'm not, it's not me, mate. It's not me. I'm sure you've noticed, you know, with my videos, they're not exactly like well edited, and well, I don't know, I think I've got a lot better, but I don't know, maybe I should have been born a few hundred years ago. I think I'd feel a bit more at home swinging a warhammer into someone's face, crossing an ocean somewhere on a boat with a sword. I can't imagine I've just come off too well talking about battle axes and swords and warhammers, but it just frustrates me, that's all. And I get frustrated, it's myself that I'm mostly frustrated with. It just reminds me of being at school again, being the only person in the room that, obviously the only person in the room that hasn't got a clue what's going on. No matter how many times people say, oh, it's easy, this is how you do this, yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. And if I do remember something, or if you do tell me something, it's gone, mate. It's gone. And I've always been like this. 10 years of like heavy partying and dancing, yeah, that didn't help, but you know, I weren't exactly a straight A student to start with, you know what I mean? Plonker, mate. Anyway, I need to get some grub. I think I'm just really hungry, and a bit hangry, a bit aggy with people, and purposely standing in front of people's way so that they say stuff. I'm just a child, mate. Just a 40-year-old belligerent boy. That's better, mate.